Hello, and welcome to OnStage at the BACP. Thank you, as always, for choosing to join us here, whether it's at your home, your office, or wherever you are. This is week 4 of our Summer Series 2021, where we're telling you stories about the early years of the BACP, and those stories are told to you by people who were actually here when it happened. They'll be back, of course, over the rest of the summer to tell other stories, but for right now, we're focusing on those early days. And today, our special guest is Ron Friedberg. He's going to be telling you about how he got his start here at the BACP. So, without further ado, please welcome Ron Friedberg.
About 1980, I guess. I had re-met one of my best friends that I had known when I was a kid. His name was Tom Berenson. We both happened to move to this town together. And our kids met, and then we re-met, and about a year later he said, I got involved with this community theater, and you ought to come down. It's really a lot of fun. And I said, as we used to talk a little bit in Yiddish, I used to say, "Geh gesund." Just go enjoy. Because I'm not getting up in front of people, because I'm a complete introvert. And you couldn't get me up in front of people. I flunked speech in high school. You're not getting me up there. So he said, well, come and watch. So I went to him for callbacks to a show that they were doing, which was The Diary of Von Funk in, I guess, 80. And he said, come on, get up and read. No, I'm not going to get up and read. So he read, he got a part, of course. And then after that audition was over, one of the guys that helped run the theater, what was his name? Mr. Black? He said, I'm directing a special fundraiser for Halloween. We're going to do Dracula. What was his name?
Ed
Bush. His name was Mr. Bush. And so Tom says, well, go on. You could try out for that, and you wouldn't have to worry about a big crowd because it'll just be a little show. I went, okay. I get off my back, and I went and I tried out, and they cast me as Dr. Seward, and I was scared to death. Anyway, got basic acting lessons from the director and the other people that had done at least one show, 2 shows, maybe. And we went on with Dracula. We did it straight. We did it on Halloween night as a fundraiser. We did it at 6, 8, 10, and 12. They charged them $1. A bunch of people came back for the second or third or fourth show at midnight. We made a lot of money. But the neat thing was that we didn't have the set ready until 5:59. When the show opened, shortly after the play began, I made an entrance from a closet when the lights were out. I come out on stage, and as I'm saying my first lines, excuse me, the wallpaper on the set behind me just folded off the wall. It just rolled right down the wall. And this is supposed to be a straight show. So we got their attention. At the next lights out, they rolled the wallpaper back up and we went up to the show. Well, like my friend Tom Berenson said, something magic happened. And after that, I think I did 8 shows in a row. If it wasn't on stage, it was backstage. It's a blast to do set, even costumes, even prop. It doesn't make any difference. Like Tom said, there's a place for everybody. But it changed me. I really was an introvert. I was afraid to get up in front of anybody. When you get up in front of people and you realize that you have made them laugh or shudder or cry or just sit there and think, that's magic. That just got me. It still gets me. So I was hooked. I guess my first really big show that I got to do was South Pacific. We were still in the original building on Main Street, which was the old Ledger building. And an interesting thing about that, we built that theater We built the bleachers that the people sat in. We built the platforms that we used for stages because it was a thrust theater and we were right there on the floor, maybe a foot or two from the people's feet. But one of the fun things was when we would build in that theater, we would go home and we had black dust all over us. And we didn't know why we had black dust all over us. Well, it had been the home for many, many years of the Broken Arrow Ledger. And that was print dust. That was ink dust that had settled in the rafters and then later on us. So we were in the newspaper before they even knew we were here. That was kind of cool.
Wow, that was an interesting story, wasn't it, about the dust? I did not realize that would be something that they would even have to deal with. So that was really an interesting story. I hope you enjoyed it like I did. Also hope you enjoyed hearing how much the Playhouse has meant to Ron over the years. It really is a special place. And of course, Ron will be back later on this summer to share more of his memories. So that's it for this week. We hope that you enjoyed it. We thank you so much for inviting us in, and we hope you'll come back for more of our Summer Series 2021 on stage at the BACP.